Everybody, it's April LaJune. It is March 8th, 2018. First of all, I had asked Harvey Dent to come on the show. He's made so many comments on my videos that are negative, I decided to ask him again for an interview. He said to schedule it, and we did, and he did not reply. I sent him multiple requests from this show, so now, Harvey, I'm kicking you to the curb because it's very apparent to me you're some sort of troll, don't want to be a legitimate commentator or an educator. I would have liked to heard what you said, you had to say, if you had anything to contribute, but apparently you don't, so there you go. And furthermore, we did try to get the person who goes by Virgo Triad on the show. My producer emailed this faceless wonder who hides behind the moniker, but we've had no responses, so that should tell you about the credibility of these naysayers. They just want to keep on talking smack, and they don't have anything to contribute. They're kind of like Democrats sticking to their lies, even though their little house of cards is being toppled by President Donald Trump every single day, exposing their fraud. So, let's get into this. Now, first of all, some of you are getting letters back from entities such as your Secretary of State or others who are using terms like could be, might be, could be fines up to $5,000 and all kinds of literal BS just to try to scare you. Okay, then we've got warnings on the FBI's own website telling us there's no secret bank accounts. And yet, I'm going to show you right now, this minute, on video, with my personal information blurred out, that I have not only looked up the Federal Reserve routing numbers that correspond with the letter on the back of my Social Security card plus my own Social Security number. It links right up to PNC Bank. I did this on Amazon. Look, PNC Bank, that's the last two digits of my Social Security number. And so let's look what I did today on Google Wallet. I'm going to show you this right now, okay? So let's go to Google Wallet. And this is my Google Wallet. We're going to click this payment methods here. And then it's going to tell me I can add a method of payment. We're going to add a bank account. And I'm going to put in the name that's on my Social Security card, because that is the straw man, okay? We got to do it this way because it's a business account. The government says it's a business. We are business entities. So I'm going to find the routing number that corresponds with the letter on the back of my Social Security card, which happens to be a G. And this is the routing number for the Federal Reserve in Chicago. And then I'm going to add my Social Security number, which is going to be blurred out because you are not going to see that information. Not that it probably would matter, because the feds all know who I am, obviously. Then we're going to save it, and look what pops up. They're going to make a deposit into my account because it's a real account. And looky there, there's my business account with my Social Security number on the very back side. And as soon as that deposit gets in there, if I had access to it, I could verify that and use that right now. So I think that's absolutely 100% ridiculous that I can do that. So I don't know if the rest of you think that, but if the FBI wants to negate these accounts, then they need to be answering some questions like, why can I do that? Why can I hook up my Social Security number with a Federal Reserve routing number and it pops up the PNC Bank in Chicago? Seems like you might want to tell me why. And if you think it's not real, then why don't you people, the Secretary of State, I don't care which one, FBI agent, Virgo Triad, any of you people who want to say that this is a scam and not true, give me your Social Security card. I'll look at the back of it and put your Social Security number in there, and I'll hook you up on Amazon and Google Wallet, and you can explain to me why yours works just like mine does. Huh? And also, apparently, you seriously love the federal government using your Social Security number and birth certificate as a way to make money. And I say more power to you, because I'm not really thrilled myself with being part of something I didn't sign up for. And then it's complete deception. And then look at this, okay? Here's the Treasury Direct account, which warns that your birth certificate is of no value whatsoever. In fact, it clearly states your birth certificate number doesn't mean anything, and everything related to it is a scam, including the UCC one. All you have to do is read down a little bit and you'll see it. So I had a client who we're working with mention that they had put their birth certificate bond number into the TDA account website. So I decided I'd just do the same and see, because they said, oh yeah, there was a whole bunch of money. So it appears that in direct conflict with the warning of the Treasury Direct site, you can actually put in your birth certificate bond number every single year. And there's a bond created in your name on your number. Now, I would suspect you could probably do this every month, actually. And it's going to pop up some more. But we're going to do it by year. All right? So the first thing we did, put in, you got to be between 1980 and 2018. So let's try this once again. I tried my birth year, but it doesn't go back that far. So you got to change that to 10,000. And you are going to put in the birth month. I'm just going by the birth month. And my year. And, well, what do you think? $35,000. Isn't that 35? It might be 32. I can't really read it very good. Okay, so let's do the next year. That was 1980. Let's put in 1981. And see what, oh, well, there popped up some more money in the 30,000. So far I've got about 60,000, 65,000 it looks like. So let's do some more. Let's do 1982 and see what comes up. Well, every year I'm making $30,000 just in that one bond per year. Let's do it again. Okay, that's, some of those are mature, some of them are not. You just got to read that code over there. Okay, so this is 1983, and there we have it again. So far, just in that right there on my birth certificate bond number, we're talking about over $100,000 just right there. So let's try this one more time. And let's see what a new bond, like brand spanking new, has no interest accrued, nothing. How much is that one worth? Oh, $5,000. So that must be what they put up every single time. So can you imagine $5,000 per person? That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Now, that's just 4 years of my birth certificate, trading on my birth certificate and the maturity of the birth certificate bond. And that was on their own website, the TDA account website, that says that this is a scam and they don't use our birth certificates for anything. Oh no, seriously? Okay, TDAs, Feds, Secretaries of State, the FBI, Virgo triads, and all you naysaying weird people that want to lie to us every time that we turn around. Why does my social security number link to a bank account, and my certificate, my birth certificate bond number, my number, because you can call it whatever you want to, but it's a bond number. Why does that pull up a bunch of bonds that I can't use? They're under my name. Why can you access them? Now I can't. Why are you using me? Why are you using my name and my social security number and my birth certificate? Why? You can't answer that, and you sure haven't answered that. Seems to me at this rate there's no national debt. The government is making this much money on each one of us, and in conjunction with the rest of the accounts that are hidden from us that we don't know. Yeah, hidden. I said the word hidden. Okay? This game of making us think we're owing things is really getting kind of old. Okay? Not only are you liars, but to act as if we, who've discovered this stuff, are some kind of combatant Looney Tunes is really unacceptable. You try to threaten us every time we turn around. So here's the bottom line. Without you, your signature They couldn't be doing these bonds, okay? Without you and being born, they would not have any bonds in the first place, okay? Now, I want you to look really closely at this check, all right? Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but there has to be an authorized representative of a straw man in order to do business. And what these checks say in tiny microprint is authorized signature or representative. Now, this particular check happens to say both, because right above that line, that's the line where you're supposed to sign your signature. Now, right above that line, pull out on that a little bit, is authorized representative. See that right there? Yeah, because somebody has to authorize they have to actually sit there and represent a real person. A living being has to represent the straw man. That's why it's there. Okay? Now, if there weren't a distinguishable difference between the straw man and a live woman or a live man, why would we need deceptive printing on the bottom of the checks or on anything like this that we're signing? And I got to tell you, the same exact thing is on my Social Security card. Yours may not. I've seen them both ways. Yours may not have authorized signature or authorized representative on your Social Security card. Mine happens to have that on there. And I didn't know that. I thought it was just a line when I signed it. I want to know, why would the feds be identifying me as a business account when I'm linking a bank account with my name clearly on it to Amazon or Google Wallet? It says business account right on there. And that was my name. And that is a Federal Reserve bank account with my Social Security card number. My Social Security number. Those are questions that we're never going to get answers to, because they don't want you to know. Now, will the feds be knocking on my door? Yeah. And the first thing, maybe. And the first thing I'm going to ask them is, so you're lying to me and you're coming after me because you're lying to me. Now, I have no letters whatsoever. I have nothing that says that, you could get fines up to this, that, and the other. I have nothing like that. But I know some of you guys do, because you sent them to me. And I find them really interesting, because they don't mean squat. They're just the scare tactic letters like the creditors send you. So that is it's a huge difference between the straw man, who will never be out of the corporation. Once that straw man is created, they're part of that corporation. And the real live human man or woman that is not in the corporation. Okay? No human beings, no live people are part of the corporation. Okay? This, for example, in court, it's a straw man they charge with crimes. But in reality, crimes don't exist, because there's only two crimes: bodily harm and property damage. Everything else would be a civil matter, because we're not talking about the straw man. If the person has identified themselves in court as a living man or woman, that immediately says that's a civil matter if it doesn't include bodily harm or property damage. Now, are you going to have to fight for that? Absolutely. Should you have filed paperwork to say so? Absolutely. But when they're trying to tell you that that's not true, they're lying. And then let's look at something else that's been happening. Some of you are having problems with your county clerks and secretaries of state telling you you can't use the name on your Social Security card as the name of the business. However, let's take a look at this. This is the legal definition of a business entity, which actually includes the legal definition of a legal person. Look at that. Now, someone sent this to me through an email, which is fine. And it's from Wikipedia, which is a liberal publication and run by liberals who control everything that we read and see and everything else. Now, the liberals are omitting the legal definition. of a person is right here. It says legal entity is any human or non-human, which means if you decide that you're going to make a business name in your name that's on your Social Security card, then you have the right to do that because that is a legal definition. And if that county clerk or Secretary of State wants to start giving out legal advice, I guess we'll have to start suing them in court for failure to do their jobs as well as obstruction of your rights. Okay? It's coming down to pushback time for some of you. And here's the deal. If you can't follow the dots, you don't know what you're talking about, you can't push back, you can't enforce anything, you don't really need to be doing this. Okay? Because if you know, if you've got something there, like you could get it from Black's Law Dictionary, what the legal definition of a person is. Because legal definition of a person is not actually a living human being in Law's Dictionary. But for the purposes of a business entity, according to the definition that the liberals want to use, it is a human or a non-human, either way. So if I were you, I would take that to the county clerk and say something about, are you giving me legal advice? Because you're not supposed to be doing that. So that brings us back to this package that we do for you. Some of these ridiculous trolls like to say is ridiculously stupid and all that kind of stuff. For those of you who've been studying this for years, you know that those 15 documents are the first portion of what you've got to do to put yourself on the secured creditor side and to be able to prove that you are a live person, a live man or woman. And that package that we do is $450. Now you can do it all yourself. I can give you the checklist. Okay, the checklist you can download off the website for free, which is tdaaccount.org. But if we're going to do the paperwork for you, then we charge $450 for all of that, and it's all done, filled out. All you got to do is add signature, notarization, and that kind of stuff. We also have the mortgage packages, which we will be sending out tomorrow. We just finalized them, so that's $150. That includes all the papers like offer of performance, which is how you make an offer on a house, and then the settlement offer is how you close out the accepted for value and all that kind of stuff. Now you can order these on tdaaccount.org or send an email to me at april@LaJune.com, which is fine. There's also an accepted for value package on there, which is $49.95. It has everything in there that we do in the $450 package, but without all the other documents. So that's just the instructions, the mechanics, that's it. And that's there as well at tdaaccount.org. Okay? And you can send a postal money order. That address is going to be below, or a check. If you got credit repair issues, we do have a program for that. It's from DurangoCreditRepair.com. We've got the credit repair program so you can get these illegal entries off of your credit, with which the credit bureau puts on there because they're cheating you and breaking the law every single day. And the secretaries of state don't even care. They let them do it and break the law every single day. And, so the feds don't have a problem with them breaking the law every single day. They do it every single minute of every single day. They break the law. And they put it on your credit report, which illegally. Okay? So you can push back against that. And I really resent the Secretary of State trying to act as if the credit repair businesses, such as myself, are not actually doing credit repair when you allow the credit bureaus to scam people every single day. So yeah, I have a problem with that. And they do it in my state too. They let them get away with it all the time. And then they try to mess with people like me. So, we're going to push back against this. And Donald Trump even said that we are sovereign citizens here. He said that in one of his latest speeches. So I think some of you federal officials and some of you state officials better start getting that straight, because I will push back hard. I mean hard. Okay? So you can go to DurangoCreditRepair.com, and Tom will be able to help you with that portion of what you need done. You can email him at tom@aprilofjune.com, and he'll get to you as fast as he possibly can. And I will say this, we don't mind taking phone calls, that's for sure. But the more phone calls we get, the less work we get done. So we're trying to answer your phone calls as much as we can. Sometimes we're just going to have to turn off the phone because we can't get any work done like this. And packages need to be sent out to these people. We've got about a 30-day turnaround time. I had to put someone working in a different area so she didn't have to answer the phone anymore because it was just getting to be ridiculous. So on that note, we also have a new ROKU channel, and we'll be broadcasting there and across multiple platforms, including Periscope, YouTube, and Facebook, as well as the ROKU. Look for America Matters TV. Okay, so we're currently looking for conservative programming and sponsors so we can have a 24/7, 365 channel of conservative shows. If you'd like to participate in this, we'd love to have you share in this channel. You can send us your ideas, any kind of auditions. You can be a citizen journalist if you like. We've got 3 people who want to do that right now. And if you've already got a show in mind, just send your information to Thomas@aprilofjune.com. He is the programming and advertising person. He's the one who puts all the program together for America Matters TV and everything else that we do with video. So I want to thank everyone also for their donations that keep us going. You can donate through patreon.com/aprilofjune, or you can call us at 303-888-5583 or send something in the mail. And that does help support what we're doing. I do appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to listen to us. And if you have been unsubscribed, please hit that subscribe button and pass on this video to everyone you know. Thank you.